Welcome back. We've been discussing life as a mother and what it's like to raise children in a foreign country with our guest, Apande. Now, Apande, what is it like raising and being a single mother with the work that you do? Because you were talking to us before about working with an organisation that deals with homeless youth. You know, can you tell us a bit more about how it is to be a single mother with the work that you do?
It's not an easy thing because, you know, your kids need your time, needs your attention, and it's not just about being there, it's also what you do with them. It's helping with their homework, it's getting up with them in the morning, getting them ready for school, while you also have work commitments, you know, and in my case also study commitments. So for me, I found that they complement each other. You know, I believe I'm a better mother for working with youth, you know, and also just for working in general, because it's giving me something to go to do as something for me, also as for my family, because, you know, the money I get from work, it's going to my children. So that stress of how am I going to buy this for my child, how am I going to pay school fees, is gone, while I also go to work to do something that I'm doing because I have the skills to do it, not because I'm a mother. So I have been able to do the two because I'm doing the two. Because without the other.
And the juggle, isn't it?
Yes, and juggle.
Constant juggle.
So time management for me.
Who minds the children, or are they all in school and of school?
They're all in school.
Okay.
Yeah,
That helps.
Yeah.
Always helps.
It does help.
And how important do you think it is for mothers to have a sense of individuality and to have something of their own within the busy world of motherhood?
I believe it's really important because it's something that can actually better what you are in. Okay, so if you're married, I believe for me it can better that relationship, can better the relationship with your children. You can also contribute something without actually knowing. You create a culture of someone who strives for success, achievement. And for me, I do that because I want my children to know that being a mother is not about staying home. It's about, I love you kids, I give you my time, but I also want to do this. And by doing that, for me, I also feel that is also an example of something you can leave your kids. You are teaching them to do more than one thing. You're teaching them a sense of self.
Definitely. Couldn't agree
Do you
more.
think you're so big on that because of, you know, your start in life where it was enough for the girl to be the stay-at-home, you know, mother, cooking, not even having the education back then? That's obviously what drives you, isn't it?
It drives me. It drives me. One of the things that my parents know is don't expect me to be certain idea of what you expect me to be. You know, so if you expect me to be one thing, then there's always more you know, that you don't see, that I want to bring out to see that, you know, a person is not one thing or the other. It's a lot of things that make them, and that is certainly true for me as a woman. You know, I'm not a panda because I'm a mother of 5. You know, I'm a panda because I work with youth. I'm a panda because I work. I'm a panda because I study. I'm a panda because I have friends. I'm a panda because I like to go to the movies. You know? So, and I think all those things makes me a better mother because it's a breakaway.
Oh, and if you're happy, kids will be
If
happy.
I'm happy, they will be happy.
Absolutely.
Happy mother, happy home. Isn't that old
Right.
saying?
Oh, I thought it was happy wife, happy life.
Okay.
Not. What's one piece of advice you would give to mothers who are raising children in an environment that they're not originally from?
For me, what I found to work is don't fight the culture that your kids know.
Okay.
Because all my kids were born here, and this is their culture. Might not be my culture, but it is their culture. The best thing you can do is to say, okay, this is all you know. This is what I was brought up with. Okay, can you see the two sides?
Yeah.
You know, and in every culture there's good and there's bad. You want to teach them the good in this culture. You want to teach them the bad in this culture. And you want to also show them that this is my culture, this is what I find to be bad, this is what I find to be good. And try to merge the two, because...
Have you taken them back to see where you came from?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, I have not. That is still a plan, but I have not yet.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Do you think that they can comprehend when you're saying to them, this is where mummy grew up and this is mummy's culture and this is now their way of life and their culture? Do you think that they understand? Do you think that they really grasp the difference between the two cultures?
I think so, because in Australia, kids are kids. That's, you know, what I've seen and what I've witnessed. But in my culture, kids have responsibilities.
Yeah.
And my kids are learning those responsibilities. For example, when a guest comes, everything has to stop. They have to come to greet the guest, introduce themselves.
Oh, that's nice.
The guests introduce themselves to them, and then they can then go on and be children. They also have the responsibility to go and bring water to the guest, make tea, bring to the guest.
That's so nice.
And then,
Yes, definitely.
you know, they can go and, while I, of course, keep the guests company.
Yeah.
You know. So that is their job. My girls understand that, and they certainly do that. So that is a bit of my culture. That is a practical, it's something practical that I can teach them, and I can demonstrate for them, you know, and something they can do, you know. So I tend to do things that they can do, and talk about things that they ask about. So I tell them those kind of
Sounds
things.
like you're teaching them, if nothing else, a lot of empathy. You know, especially, I'm not sure if they can appreciate the enormity of what you did come from with your husband. But look, we'll have to leave it there. We could do a whole other show on this. If you'd like advice on parenting or information on raising children in a new culture, go to www.raisingchildren.net.au. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Apande. I've really appreciated it.
It was a pleasure.
In the meantime, go to the Her Untold Story Facebook page to learn more about this week's topic. Get a behind-the-scenes look at the show and tell us your untold story. Have a great week.
Many roads of travel, many doors have closed behind. But in my dreams I walk in courage to face the world. You've gotta have